Hello everyone, I remain your arithmetic teacher, still in our journey of understanding trigonometry. Today is our class 4. In the previous class, class 3, I taught you how to use calculator to find the unknown angle of a right angled triangle. In today's class, we'll be finding missing sides of a triangle using SOHCAHTOA. I believe you still remember what this stands for. Sine equal to opposite over hypotenuse, cos equal to adjacent over hypotenuse, tan equal to opposite over adjacent. So take note of these steps in order to find the missing sides of a right angle triangle. You need to label the sides. And before you can do that, of course, you need to know your angle of interest. So by labeling the side, I mean you need to know your hypotenuse, you need to know the opposite, and of course, the adjacent. Having done that, you need to determine the sides involved. So the sides involved means, are you using hypotenuse and opposite? Is it opposite and adjacent or hypotenuse and adjacent? Then next, you need to know the correct ratio to use. And the ratio is gotten from SOHCAHTOA. So you need to know which of these ratios to use based on the given sides here. Right? Then lastly, you solve for the unknown. So now let's get into it. This is question 1, this is question 2, this is question 3. You have to solve the following. Find the value of x in all 3 cases. So let's withdraw. So the first question is, your right angle is here. This is x centimeter. This is 30 degree. This is 10 centimeter. So to label your sides, you start with your right angle. So this is your right angle. The side facing the right angle is always your hypotenuse. Then the side facing the angle of interest is always your opposite. Then automatically this is your adjacent, the side next to the angle of interest. So from this, we know that based on our steps, these are the 2 sides that are involved. And the ratio is sine, which is we are using so. Why? Because our opposite and our hypotenuse are the 2 things that are involved, 2 sides that are involved. So this is going to be sine theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. So now we substitute. What is our theta? Theta means the angle that is given. In this case, is 30 degree angle of interest. So sine 30 is equal to opposite is unknown. Like I said, you can use anything in case x is sounding difficult for you to use. Then hypotenuse is 10. Right. Then in this case, I'll use decimal. So use your calculator I taught you in the previous class and look for sine 30. When you do that, you're going to have 0.5. Then you just bring down your x over 10. So I'll just come over here and rewrite that. So finish up this solution. So you just make this fraction. Whenever you have something like this in mathematics, you cross multiply. X will multiply 1. You have x equal to 0.5 times 10. Use your calculator to give you 5. Then you bring in your unit, which is centimeter. So your opposite automatically is going to be 5 centimeter. Question 2. So let me withdraw. We have this, and we have this. This is x centimeter. This is 60 degree. This is 20 centimeter. and this is right angle. So in like manner, you identify your side. This is going to be hypotenuse, and this is going to be adjacent. So automatically we are going to use cos theta is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. So the angle here is 60. So you substitute your theta with 60. Your adjacent is not known, so you bring it x. Then your hypotenuse is known, which is 20. So in this case, I will use fraction. So use your calculator, check out cos 60. It's going to give you 0.5 or half. 0.5 is half, 1 over 2. So I want to use this so that you just see how both cases work, whether decimal or fraction. So let me rewrite it here. You have 1 over 2 is equal to x over 20. So of course you cross multiply like in the first case. So here is going to be 2 times x. 2x is equal to 20 times 1, 20. So the coefficient or the number written with x, you have to do away with it. And the only way you can do that is by dividing both sides by that number. So the number is 2. So you divide both sides by 2. So that these 2 cancel these 2. You'll be left with x is equal to, then 20 divided by 2 is going to give you 10. So automatically your adjacent in this case is what? 10 centimeters. So it's either you use this as fraction or you use it as decimal, whichever way, to give you the same value. Lastly, question 3, we are having this, and this. Our right angle is over here. This is x, and this is 8. The angle of interest is over here. So to identify the side, this is hypotenuse. We don't have any business with it. Nothing is there, and it's not our unknown. This is the angle of interest. The side opposite to it is this. So these are opposite, while this is our adjacent. So from this, we have opposite is unknown, adjacent is known. So those are the two things we are using. That will make us to fall on which ratio? Of course, tan. So we are going to be using tan theta is equal to opposite over adjacent. And the angle here is 45. So this is going to be tan 45 equal to opposite is not known, x, over adjacent is known, 8. So from your calculator, what is tan 45? Correct. That is correct. 1. So 1 is equal to x all over 8. So let me come over here and rewrite it. You have 1 is equal to x all over 8. You make this over 1, you cross multiply. So x times 1 give you x equal to 8 times 1 give you 8. So automatically your opposite is equal to 8 centimeters. So this is how to find the missing sides of a right angle triangle using SOHCAHTOA. Try this. The angle of interest is 30. Try to identify the 3 sides. Solve for this value. Solve for this side, x. And drop your answer in the comment section. So in our next class, we will be finding missing angles using inverse trigonometry.